Okay, so, whoa, this chapter was a major what the fuck, a major whoa chapter because I was not expecting this at all. Obviously, I was expecting the chapter to come out tomorrow, so I was a bit thrown back when I saw it today. But you know, first chapter of 2016, and it came with a bang, a big bang. Now, obviously, this is the year of Sanji that has been confirmed. Yeah, and we already started it off by the confirmation of Sanji's bloodline, his royalty bloodline. And the fact that he's getting confirmed, he's getting forced to marry Big Mom's daughter. Now, the irony of this is that Sanji's been looking for a bitch his whole fucking life, and it always strikes out because you know he's just not about that life. His game is lacking, proper lacking. But you know, he's finally getting a bit of luck. But odds are, considering that it's the daughter of Big Mom, she might be fucking ugly. Yeah, fucking hideous. And that would just be Sanji's luck. The first time he actually gets the girl, she's looking kind of beat down, horrendous, ugly, fucking ugly. And then there's on the other hand, there could be the fact that the daughter could be that three-eyed bitch that we saw took it to Big Mom earlier on, like earlier on into the new world and shit like that. But you know, first we're going to touch on is this Peckham's, right? Mink or not, like this pretty much takes the whole every mink is a warrior, a trained warrior, right from birth, right from the youngest to the old guys. They're all warriors. I'm looking at it thinking, wait, Peckham's was a mink, on top of which he's a member of Big Mom's crew. Now obviously I don't expect it to be top caliber because obviously I don't think it's really high up in the rankings of Big Mom's crew, but regardless, you're part of a Yonkers crew, and the fact that you got one hit KO by guns. How powerful are them guns? They're bullets. Why is bullets taking you out so easily? Now obviously it could be that Capon Beige crew is just about that life, or Peckers is just a fucking scrub, because regardless of being about that life or not, you're part of a Yonkers crew, you're a guy with a name. I've stressed this a lot in previous videos. A guy with a name really is about that life. Let's be honest, they're always about that life because they have a name. If you don't have a name, I can let it slide because no one gives a fuck about you. But when you have a name, you're supposed to put in that work. He didn't put in that work. He got absolutely destroyed. He pissed off Capone, and that's something you don't do. You don't piss off the Godfather, fam, because there's gonna be repercussions, and the repercussions is that Peckham's getting his ass kicked. Now, obviously, family is everything. Yeah, I don't know about you, but to me, family is everything, right? So I find it cool that Peckham's was actually looking to let Sanji and the rest of the crew go because, you know, they saved the family from Jack's men, not Jack, because obviously Jack would have KO'd everyone on fucking Zoe. Let's be honest, yeah. Human form Jack, you're not really fucking with him. Mammoth form, you have a chance. Human form, yeah, it's a bit of a myth, but you know, it is what it is. But the thing that caught me by surprise when my eyes literally popped out of my socket when I read this is the fact that Capone Bade's bounty, yeah, the Mafia, yeah, has a collected bounty of 3 billion. Do you understand? 3 fucking billion. Yeah, we were led to believe that Jack's bounty was the highest to date, what it was, with 1 billion. Yeah, 1 billion. Now this is Jack, one of the 3 calamities of Kaido's crew. So obviously you can expect quite high fucking numbers with Jack. But when it comes to Capone, I mean, his bounty was not that huge. It wasn't even top 4. I don't think it was top 4 in terms of how big the bounties were back in Sabolda when the supernovas were actually introduced. Now you're trying to tell me that over the 2 years he's done a fuckery that makes it go all the way to 3 billion? That's over double the amount. Yeah, that's 3 times the amount of Jack's. Yeah, are you kidding me? Capone, hey, I'm gonna have to start fucking with Capone because he really has that Mafia vibe, and I really like the if you haven't watched the Godfather series, you're lacking. Don't know what the fuck you're doing. Don't know what you're watching if you haven't watched the Godfather series. But you know, I fuck with the Godfather shit, yeah, the Mafia shit. I like that. I like the aspect to it. I like the aspect to that. So I'm really trying to, I'm kind of fucking Capone because the way Oda's reintroduced him to the story, he's making him look official. I mean, he's able to one touch a member of a Yonko's crew. Granted, he's probably not one of the executives or the top people in the crew, but regardless, that's pretty impressive. And the fact that his bounty is actually 3 billion. He has the highest bounty to date. That is fucking madness. When I look at it, I'm thinking, like, all these pirates are having some high-ass bounties in the new world. Just imagine the Yonkos. So, and someone like Dragon, and probably someone like Mihawk, who has the title of the world's strongest swordsman. That's not a joke. Their bounties must be disgusting. Disgusting before it got put on pause. Well, in case of Mihawk, he got put on pause. The rest of them, obviously, Dragon probably has the highest bounty in the fucking world, which is why he's the most wanted man. And if we're already at 3 billion at the beginning of New World, you can just imagine exactly how big it's actually going to be when it's revealed. And like this chapter right here, wow, I'm actually really shocked. Now, obviously, Capone was laying down the law, telling niggas, you best get in line, G. I found it so fucking funny when he told Caesar to get down here, because Caesar was trying to duck out in the air, thinking, yeah, Capone can't do shit to me, nigga. Can't do shit to me. And then he gave him that countdown, saying if you don't get down here, that sea stone bullet will go right through you. So Caesar being the fucking prick, he's just a waste man. He's actually a waste man. That's what he is, fam. But obviously Capone set the law, tricked him, made him come down, and got captured basically. Now obviously Peckham's Apple is gonna get back up. I'm not gonna lie, because you know I know when you get that smoked mouth, when your mouth starts smoking, it means you're out. You're pretty much KO'd. But I thought Peckham's would get back up because let's be honest, one shot it, like nah nigga. After what he pulled in Fishman Island, what's that guy, that waste man, Caribou, I think that's what his name is. After what he pulled with him, kicked his ass, I thought yeah, maybe he can hold it down. Obviously I was mistaken, and I'm not trying to take any credit from Capone's power because it's obvious Capone's about that life. Now obviously we found out he had the devil fruit power of the castle, man, meaning his body is basically a building. Pretty much, plain and simple. He has tenants living inside of him. It's not a cool power. It really isn't a cool power, but he has 3 million bounties, so you can't talk shit to him. Yeah, he's immune to shit talking. He has 3 million berries. Like, it's immune. I mean, Jack had 1 billion, but you can still dump on him just because of the fact that he's a stupid fat elephant. But Capone, Godfather, Mafia of 3 billion. Nah, G, you're not fucking with that. You can't shit talk to him. You really can't shit talk to Capone with a 3 billion berry. Like, you just can't. Now, obviously, onto the big shocker. Well, not really a big shocker, because pretty much everyone, since the revealing of Sanji's bounty, everyone's been making the assumption that yeah, Sanji's probably royalty. Like, yeah, basically he's probably royalty, which is why he has the bounty of only alive, because they don't really want royalty dead. Now, it was confirmed at the ending of this chapter that yes, he is part of the Vince Mock family, and he's the 3rd son, and he is to be married to the 35th daughter of the Charlotte family, Pudding. I am dead. Whoa. The thing is, okay, Sanji's royalty, but if he's promised to the bride, right, that means Big Mom's family is also royalty. I'm thinking like, what? Royalty that's this ugly? Because let's be honest, Big Mom is fucking hideous. We haven't seen a full-on image of her, but what we've seen from her, she's actually really fucking ugly. Fucking horrendous. just really ugly. And if this is the daughter of Big Mom, you can expect just a big pile of shit, to be honest. But you know, older being older, he could switch it up and make it be like, yeah, her mom might be fucking ugly, but doesn't mean the daughter is, because I've seen that in real life. I've seen girls that, wow, their mom is really, I'm not gonna say a lot, because you know you don't really cuss people's mom, but I'm not gonna say a lot. If you know, you know. Moving on, this chapter, great. Capone Bade's reintroduction into the story with a 3 million berry, 3 billion. What am I talking about? 3 million, 3 billion. Are you nuts? Capone, and he's looking official. I'm not gonna lie. And that mat. Look at the castle. Look back to the look. I think they're inside his body. Yeah, they're inside his body right now. Look into it. Yeah. All his men just standing there chilling with the strap arm folded. They got the strap, the AK pointed at any funny movement, everyone would have got shot. Any funny movement, and the Capone is just there, just holding it down. One time he was standing next to Peckham like, wow. He didn't even bother to look at him because he's thinking, wow, I'm actually here with this scrub. Like, what the fuck is Capone? Big things were gonna come for Capone this year. It's big. Obviously, this is the year of Sanji, like I said earlier. So we're gonna get a lot of chapters relating to Sanji. And I think the first couple of weeks, or like the next 2-3 months, is gonna be related to Sanji flashback or what actually occurred. No, I'm gonna say 3 months. That's a bit mad. I mean, maybe the next 3-4 chapters might be related to Sanji and what happened during the flashback, where he actually went. Now obviously we already know where he went, because obviously he went with him simply because he's obviously went with him because he's not on Zoe, and they said he left and they left the letter, blah blah, so he has a plan, bullshit. That's all gonna come open sooner or later, and I can't wait, because already kicking it off is already hype. It's already, 3 billion. I can't wait to see Drake's bounty. Yeah, just so I could watch King of Lightning's reaction video and be like, nigga, what you saying now? Because he likes to dump on wow too much, right? When the bounties get revealed, because this is a big shocker. Capone is 3 billion. Yeah, he's linked with I think he's allied with Big Man. I don't think he's actually under the same crew. Like, I don't think he's really a part of the crew. He's allied, I'm not sure, but I think it's allied. Drake, I believe, is actually in Kaido's crew, on top of which I strongly believe he's part of the 3 calamities. I know the people say, no, he's only been there a short 2 years. How can he be a calamity already? That's stupid. Ace was part of Whitebeard's crew a very short time before he became a commander. That's pretty much your point invalid. Simple as. Moving on. Chapter is great. Can't wait for next week's. If there is a next week, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. I think it didn't say there's no chapter next week. But yeah, mad. Sanji's getting married by force. Man's out, fam. Mad.